students, welcome to today's session. This is Sweta, your English Master Teacher at Vedantu. And today we will be starting with the second session of Chief Seattle's speech. I hope you all have visited the first session in which I have already completed half of the chapter. So in today's session, we will be resuming with the lesson. That is, we will be covering the second part and also some very important question and answers from the chapter. So let's get ready for the session, guys. And I will make this lesson as simple as possible for all of you guys. Right? All right. So, according to Seattle, there are so many cultural differences. So, from this slide onwards, we will be talking about the 1 minute. Array. So, from this slide onwards, okay, so we will be talking about the cultural differences between the white Americans and the native red Indians. So this question is very, very, very important because a question can come up as to, because this entire chapter mainly focuses between the differences, it focuses on the differences between white Americans and the red Indians, right? So very important question for all of you, okay? So first of all, they are of two distinct races. Their origin is different and they have different destinies. The white people, then this focuses on the religion. So you can be asked about how is the religion of the whites different from that of the native red Indians according to Chief Seattle. So this is another question. So we are looking at this chapter in a very systematic approach, you see. So this will be making your task way more, easy. So the tribal people have been deprived of the love and guidance and protection of God. Very, very, very important. This is what Chief Seattle thinks, that the tribal people are not guided and, protected and loved by God, by their God, as the whites are, right? So next point is the natives of red India, the natives, the red people of America, they are closer to nature. This is another difference. What is the difference? That they are very close to nature. They are primitive people, tribal people. So obviously, being simple people, they are close to nature, whereas the whites, they are moving away from nature, because they are bringing in what? They are bringing in westernization, modernization, exploiting nature. So they are more oriented towards the artificial life, which is of course making them move away from nature. The more artificialities you bring into your life, the away, you go far away from nature, right? So they therefore do not know about the love and the beauty of nature, and they do not understand the need of protecting nature, right? Next is about their ancestors. So next point is regarding the ancestors, how the tribal people, they pay respect to their ancestors, because the ashes of their ancestors, according to them, are very sacred, holy, and their resting ground, they visit their resting ground to show their respect for those. So the Native Americans, the red Indians, how do they pay respect to their ancestors? They visit their places, their resting ground. Okay, they visit their graves, so as to say. But the white people, having no feelings, no respect, no gratitude towards their ancestors, they wander far away from their graves without any regret. Again, the white people, they do not seem to love the world. Again, they love the world that they live in, because they are far away from nature. So of course they do. This land does not mean anything for them, and therefore they never visit their people again. But the tribal people, according to them, this world is beautiful, and they are so closely attached to this world that even after their death, they continue to visit their loved ones, and also continue to shower their guidance, love, and console and comfort them, right? So these are the important differences which Seattle says in his speech. Now, before moving further, guys, before coming to the most important part of the lesson, I would like to announce something very, very, very important for all of you. Now, not much time is left for your final exams, right? And all of you at this point must be struggling with your revision. Yes or no? So now I want to give you some very important tips right now. So listen to this very carefully. So the three mantras to actually get the best, to utilize your maximum potential in the process of education is: number one, a very good guidance. Okay. Number two, a very good revision. All right. And number three, equal importance to all the subjects. But I am, according to the survey that we have conducted, we are seeing that in these three major points, which is actually going to help you to use your maximum potential and do your best in the exam, this is actually lacking in so many children. So the problems that you face are doubts. There are so many doubts. So if these doubts are not solved, how are you going to get a clear concept about your entire, subject, right? In any topic that you have, if you have no proper notes, you are not clear with the topic, right? Assignments, tests, you are not having proper assignments, so the structure in your education is lacking, and as a result your test marks are going down, and in some places there are no tests taken, so revision becomes there a very big question mark, guys. Competitive exams also is a major issue, along with choice of schedule, choice of language. So for you, we have solved all the problems in our platform. So no more are you going to face any doubt. Why? Because we have what? We have our superb master teachers and class teachers who are going to cater to all the doubts that you face, right? So this is a special team, the team of class teacher. We have a special team assigned only for your doubt clearing. For notes, you will get after each and every session, assignment after each and every session, along with the tests that we conduct. So you see, the revision part, which was remaining incomplete so long, is going to be catered to in our platform in a very structural manner, right? So competitive exams also we cater to those competitive exams, Olympiads, etc. And all this in your choice of schedule, in your selected language. So, what are you waiting for, guys? Right. This does not stop here, guys, because we have bonus features like micro course and crash course. Now, you will ask me, ma'am, what do we mean by micro course? So, micro courses are short term courses, chapter wise courses. So, for example, you take the subscription, you get enrolled to the long-term batch, and you complete your syllabus there, but still you face some problems in one chapter. This is very much possible, right? But we should not let the gap hinder you. So we have a way to fill up those gaps as well in terms of micro courses. So it caters to chapter wise courses. So if you have any problem in any chapter, you can attend the micro course pertaining to that chapter, and crash course is going to make you exam ready. All right, with performance report, yes, we do give you the performance report of the tests that we conduct. This is going to help you in assessing yourself. So where you stand, that is also very, very, very important. Unless and until you analyze yourself, you will not be able to move ahead, right? You need to rectify the mistakes. So of course we will be guiding you in that, but the performance report that we will be giving you is a very important point in guiding you, right? And personalized attention, which is not always possible in YouTube, that is absolutely, absolutely possible in our Vedantu platform. And guys, we have an amazing Diwali discount which is going to give you 50% off, right? And the link is there in the description box. Quickly visit the link and avail this amazing 50% Diwali discount from 7th to 11th November 2020. All right, guys. So I'm sure this is the very good Diwali gift. So let the light of learning keep on burning, right? So what you need to do is just visit the link, choose your grade, choose your board, and check out the details. Click on get subscription. You have three types of subscription. I would recommend you to go for the 6-month subscription, but again, it is completely flexible, right? But do not forget to use the coupon code, because after using the coupon code, you are going to get this discount, right? So what is the coupon code? SWREPRO. So now this coupon code will be giving you 50% discount. This is for Diwali, guys. 7th to 11th November. So quickly hurry up. Do not miss this golden opportunity, guys. This is a platform completely devised only and only to suit your needs, guys. So, resuming with the lesson. Now, again, this is talking about religion, the difference between the religion of the whites, that is the Christianity, and also and the natives. So, Christianity is written upon stones. Okay, so he says that uh, the religion of the whites, they are written in on stones, right? So so that people never forget it. So what he means to say is that usually people forget. So the Christians, they forget about the religion. So in order to remind them, they that are their religion is written in on stones, and this refers to the commandments of which is there in Christianity, right? So the commandments are etched on stones. So it is said by Seattle that they forget the religion, and therefore, in order to remind them, they need to write on stones upon stones. But for the natives, they do not need such religion written on stones. Why? Because there is no need of that, because they never forget that. Their religion is embraced in their heart, right? So, therefore, Christianity, according to Seattle, is somewhat artificial, right? And the natives' religion, the tradition of our ancestors, they are the dreams of our old men. That is what Seattle says. So it is very close to their heart. The chief then prepares the people for their doom by saying that no one is going to be spared from the hands of time, death, and decay. So here he's talking about now they are already on the verge of extinction. So he says that nobody is going to be spared from the hands of death. The cold hands of death, the icy hands of death is going to touch everybody, right? So death is common, and if today they are on the verge of extinction, tomorrow this is going to happen for the whites as well, because no one is going to be spared from the clutches of death. Anyway, Seattle says that he may still agree to the government's proposal, but the natives should be allowed to visit the resting ground of the ancestors, right? So if you remember, what is the proposal that he's talking about? Quickly tell me in the chat box. What proposal? Which government proposal? So quickly mention in the chat box. If you have visited the first video, I have already clearly mentioned who proposed, okay, what was the proposal. So I want to know from you in the chat box quickly. Okay, so the proposal was regarding the land treaty, right? So the whites wanted the red Indians to sign this land treaty so that they could, they would be occupying their land, and in turn, what would they give? They would protect them, right? So he says that okay, because he has no other option, they are already on the verge of extinction, right? So, but he says that they should be allowed to visit in the resting grounds of their ancestors because they are very close to their ancestors, right? He again wants the president to be just and deal kindly. He believes that death is just a change of worlds, and the spirits of the natives will be there after their death to take revenge if they are treated badly. Yeah, okay, so this is very, very, very important. He is mentioning a very important fact about death, and how beautifully does he put it. He portray it. He portrays it. Sorry. He says that it's just a change of world. That means if we are dying in this world, it's not that we are nowhere. We will be just traveling to another world. How beautifully has he put it, right? So therefore, he warns the president because see, the ancestors. He says that people, the Red Indian people, they are very closely attached to the land, and even after their death, they come and visit their people to guide them. So if they are not being just with his people, then they should be ready for the revenge. Right. So this is the end of the chapter, and I hope you have now understood, at least you have understood which are the areas that you need to focus on, because that is how that is the trick of dealing with this chapter, right? Okay. So yes, guys, Vedantu Olympiad School is launching NTSE Super Sprint in YouTube, where we are going to cover all the news, tips, strategies related to NTSE, which is starting from 4th November to 3rd December, Monday to Saturday. The timing is 1:30 p.m. and this is the link, guys. Do not forget to visit this link. All right, moving ahead. NTSE 2020 preparation, the eligibility of students of class 10th. Okay, and this is a course duration is from 2nd to 13th, 2nd November to 13th December till exam date, right? And you can see, you can look at the all the package, NTSE 2020 preparation complete package, and then mock test, right? These are the links for registration. You can have a look at that and you are going to get 90% discount. All right, guys. So now we will be entering into Chief Seattle, important concerns or important elements of the chapter which we need to cater to. So all of you know that Chief Seattle belongs to the Squamish tribe, and he is a prominent figure among the tribal people. And we also did that the chief, American city is named after him, right? And when did he deliver his speech? That is very important. He delivered it in 1854. Okay, what happened to the pen? Why is it not working? Anyways, chalo. Now, this speech was in response to, as I told you, American government's land treaty to buy the native lands. So I hope you have already given me the answer in the chat box. Proposed by whom? Isaac Stevens, the governor of Washington Territory. Now, this is talking about reconciliation between his tribe and the whites. And it also argues, very, very, very important is the point that it argues in favor of ecological responsibilities and respect for Native American land rights. And also, he is an advocate of peace. So, when you are saying that he is an advocate of peace, mention from the text, justify this point. How are you going to justify that point where he mentioned that who is responsible for the extinction of the whites? It is not, sorry, extinction of the red Indians. It's not just the white people, but also the native, young people, the youth of the natives, right? So that is very, very, very important. So he never is in favor of war. He is always in favor of peace. Then he is definitely an excellent orator. His speech is very logical, persuasive, and it is also ending in philosophical note. What is that philosophical note? When he talks about death. So please give that example as well, right? And he is self-critical. He has leadership qualities. So definitely you are going to talk about his leadership qualities when he takes the lead and he delivers a speech, right? And respect and concern for their tribe when he is going to talk about the ancestors. He's worried about his tribe. He is concerned about the extinction of his tribe, right? He understands the nature, importance of nature. That is also very, very important. So how are you going to justify this point? Because he is speaking about nature. At the very beginning, he begins his speech with nature, right? So please watch the previous video. I have already talked about that. Okay, chalo. Now, themes of his speech. First is theme of friendship, control, religion, concern for nature and attachment of land. Definitely, theme of friendship. He is in favor of friendship with the whites, right? Because he knows that there is no other way around, other way out. If he is not agreeing to the proposal, then very soon it's going to be already there. 1 minute. So already they are on the verge of extinction, right? So attachment for land, we already have read about it, how the Red Indians are very attached to their land and they return even after their death, right? So peace or friendship towards the white man. He is not at all an advocate of war. He is an advocate of peace. Okay. Keen to put the atrocities caused to their tribe by whites aside in the interest of peace and prosperity. This is very, very important. And this you can also include in the character sketch where you are saying this point. 1 minute. Yes, where you are saying advocate of peace, here you can include these. This one and this one. These 2 points would suggest that he is an advocate of peace. So please include this in the character sketch, right? This is the planning of an answer. So you need to plan your answer very carefully. And I'm sure this video is going to help you out a lot in that. And now we will be coming to the question and answers, right? So the first question is, what does the speaker say about death? Explain. And this is a very important question, guys. Very, very, very important question from your chapter. You can expect this question in your papers as well. So he says that death is inevitable and it's there in the destiny of both the races, whether the Indians or the white people. Of course, one maybe they are now dying uh, earlier, but it doesn't mean that it is not going to come for the whites. It's common for all, right? And therefore he feels that the inevitable death unites them and they are like brothers. So throughout the chapter he had talked about how the whites and the red Indians are separate from each other, different from each other, but this one thing is going to unite them, is going to bind them in a very humanly bond. What is that? It is death. How beautifully he has portrayed this. He says that if there is, and he at the end, he talks about a very deep philosophy where he says that there is no death. I mean, death is just a change of world. From one world, we are traveling to the next world. All right. Next is, what is the main difference between the red Indians and red men and the white men, which I have already talked about throughout in today's session. That is what we covered. The main difference between the red Indians and the white people, right? So I hope now you will be able to talk about that. You will be talking about the religious difference. You will be talking about the difference related to respect for ancestors. Okay, you will be talking about. Okay, 1 minute. I would write here. Okay, listen to me. I will be talking about few points. Please note down those points, right? So first one would be difference between religion. Number two, uh, God. Okay, uh, he believes that the white people's god, they favor them but not the red Indians, right? Then third is their land. Okay, the ancestors, they are so closely attached to the land that they even come back, whereas the red Indians, they are, the whites, they do not pay heed to their land and they are very much, you know artificial. Then fourth comes nature, respect to nature, right? And then the fifth point is, what else is left? Okay, that is all, I guess. Yes, about death you don't have to write. These are the main differences, right? So you can read through this, right? And what were the hostilities between the white people and the local tribe? And what is the speaker's attitude towards these hostilities? This is again the same. Why is there a hostility between the local tribe and the white? Again, the same point. The whites were pushing the local tribes westwards. He wishes that the hostilities may never return. So that is why there was a hostility between the whites and the red Indians, because the whites were encroaching into their territories, right? And the younger people among the tribes must think of taking revenge against the whites, but it would be a fruitless misadvantage. Of course, it is a disadvantage. Why? It's a misadventure. Why? Because already they are reduced, right? Now if they are nowhere in a position to fight among the fight with the whites who are in a supreme position, right? So the old tribal people and the whites should never like to resume to these hostilities against the whites. So that is the speaker's approach towards the hostility, right? Okay, now you need to elaborate the remark, God loves your people and hates mine. And this is something. My pen is actually causing disturbance now. I'm not able to write anything. Okay, so this is actually, you can actually include this in the difference between their gods, right? So we had talked about the major difference and I told you a point, that is difference between their gods. So God loves your people and hates mine. This answer will be included in that question. Okay, so he clearly says, your God is not our God, right? So according to him, God, that is the Christian God, folds his arms protectively about the pale face. Now, who are the pale face? Pale face means people who are white, right? So white people are called the pale face people. And they lead them by the hand as a father leads a child. So God leads, God as in Christian God, He is so protective for His children, that is the whites, that He leads them just like a father is leading a child. But according to him, the Red Indians, the god of the Red Indians, he has forsaken his children, right? These natives are like orphans because they are not getting any guidance from their god. So therefore, how can they be brothers to each other when their fathers, when their God are different, right? God, we are all God's children, right? So that when their father is different, how can they be brothers to each other, right? And this is the homework question for all of you guys. Day and night cannot dwell together. Day and night cannot dwell together. You need to comment on this. And this, I'm giving you a hint, this question would be almost same as point out the differences between the Christians and the Red Indians. So basically you need to about the focus on the differences. So your question can be framed in different language. You have to understand different languages. So you have to understand, I mean, in a very different language it has been portrayed. So then the approach is different, but the answer remains the same, right? So the question asked, approach of asking the question here is different, but your answer would remain the same. So please try and understand what has been asked from you, right? So here you need to focus on the differences. Okay guys, so before you go guys, do not forget to hit the like button and do not forget to hit the, yes, what button? Button of subscription. So do subscribe to the channel if you still haven't subscribed, and do not forget to go to the description box and see the pinned comment. Okay? So choose your grade, choose your board, check out the details, click on get subscription. You have 3 types of subscription, and don't forget that we have 50% off guys. So this code is going to now give you 50% off instead of 20% off for from when to when? 7th to 11th. Okay? This offer is valid only on these dates, only for this period of time. So do not miss this golden opportunity. So do not forget to hit the like button if you have enjoyed the video, and if you are now absolutely clear with the chapter, and do let me know if you have any doubts in this chapter in the comment section, and do not forget to write the homework answer in the comment section. Thank you so much guys for watching. Take care. Bye bye. See you all in the next session.